Alright, in this video I'll be showing you how to make my awesome and beautiful Plinko system I made in this game. But first, let me show you how it works. What are you actually going to be making? How does the Plinko system work? Oh wait, let me turn off the music. It's kind of disturbing. Nice. So here, you can lock and unlock the camera. Insert how many balls you want to be playing with. Hey yo, what does that mean? And then, how much do you want to bet, And do you want the other player's balls to be visible or invisible? See, whenever the ball bounces on the pegs, it lights up, for a cool effect. I don't know if I added a sound for that, but there used to be. And it multiplies your money, see? Whenever it reaches the end, it multiplies it by whatever the value's on there. And that's what I'll show you how to make in this video. Okay, the first step in making the Plinko system is that you're gonna have to have the Plinko board. It's gonna have to look like this, right? And in the workspace, I like to have my things organized. I have each wall here and the Plinko floor, what the player has to touch to activate the UI that shows up on the bottom left screen when you press play and insert the balls. And sounds, this is for the peg sound, the money sound when it reaches the bottom, and the rewards, the multipliers. Multipliers, and inside each multiplier I added the attribute called multiplier, which is the value how much it multiplies. That's the rewards, and then I made a folder for each peg, and I organized it by each row, and this is where the ball spawns from the very top, in the middle. And the cameras for the lock camera feature, so that they have the perfect view to watch their gambling, because like who wouldn't want that, It's just for convenience. I'll also leave a model in the description below for if you don't want to build your own, but if you do, that would make your game more cooler and unique, which is what I would recommend. Also, in the replicated storage, you'll want to add a folder called objects with your ball inside of it. What ball do you want to be playing inside your machine? That's how it looks again. Make sure that it can actually fit through the hole, because you don't want us to just be stuck in between the blocks. That'd be weird. Kind of awkward, if you ask me. And for our remotes, our remote functions, we'll need the bindable function called use cache, remote function called activate Plinko game, another remote function called close game, Plinko ball touch, Plinko multiplier touch, and the spawn ball function. The name should be pretty self-explanatory, and yeah. Now we gotta have the data part of the Plinko system. So you're gonna insert the script into service. It's underneath replicated storage, and I named the script data. We're gonna start setting up the data by referencing these four services. We're gonna need the replicated storage, we'll also need the player service, not children, but service players, okay. And we'll also need the DataStore service, which is equal to get service, DataStore service, and run service, so that we don't have to, because like we're testing it in Studio, and I don't want to. And when it's saving data, it takes a while for it to load and actually do. Oh, okay. Run get service. Then we get the database, DataStore service, go and get DataStore. And this could literally be called anything you want. I'm going to call this my Plinko. Actually, I'm just going to call it my DataStore. And we're going to need session data. And reference the remotes. And we're going to need to create this function called local function. Let's call it player joining. It's nil. Player data is currently equal to nil. We'll set these up into something soon. And to get the leader stats from the cache, we're going to put in a folder. I'm going to call this leader stats, which is equal to, this is not new, folder. And we're going to put this under the player. Hold up. I forgot to put the player here. And then the leader stats dot name, it has to be spelled leader stats in order to have that leaderboard thing in the top right corner. And inside this, we're gonna have the cache. Since it's not new, number value, call it leader stats. It's gonna be parented. This is gonna be parented inside of here. Oh shoot, cache dot name equals cache. And then the data save part, we're going to do repeat success, comma, player data equals pcall function. We're going to return database, going to get async player.user ID and every time it does this, it's gonna temp is gonna plus equal 1. We're counting the temps. If it's not successful, then we're gonna warn player data task dot wait 3 until success or attempt equals to 5. If success, then print connected to database. If there's no data though, if not player data, then player data equals to cache equals 1000. And then after that, session data player.user ID equals player data. Else warn unable. Dude, can I type to get data for player.user ID? And then we're going to kick them, because we don't want to overwrite any old data that they have. Then cache.value equals player data.cache. And then, pretty sure, now let's work on whenever the player leaves. Okay. Function player leaving player if session data player.user ID then local success equals nil, error message nil, local attempt equals 1. And then we're going to repeat success, comma, error. You know, this is standard DataStore stuff. You probably learned this already from a different video, you know. It's all repetitive. Database set async player.user ID, comma, session data player.user ID and then we're also going to want the attempt to plus equal 1. If not success, then warn error message task.wait 3. We're going to wait 3 seconds until success or attempt equals to 5. If success, then print data save for .name. Else warn unable to save for player.name. And that's the data part, but we also got to work on the other functions, such as remotes .useCache .onInvoke equals function player, comma, amount, comma, bet. I think it's just bet. Yeah, I think this is all the variables we need for this. I'm going to start by doing local player data equals session data player dot user ID. Boom. Player data dot cache equals player data dot cache plus amount. And the leaderstats dot cache dot value equals player data dot cache. We're basically just loading in the data to no, we're loading in the cache to the data source, so it saves this, because the leaders, what it shows on the leader stats is separate. Now let's work on the. We also got to connect these functions. These are local functions, so let's put this at the end. Game.players.player added. Connect player joining game dot players dot player removing connect player leaving. In just case if we need to shut down the server for any updates, player service dot wait, what? No, I already wrote that. Local function server shutdown if run service is studio, then return. Because like it takes a while. It's gonna have a huge delay for testing in studio, and that's gonna be kind of annoying, you know, if you're trying to test something in and out real quick. For I, comma player in I pairs player service get players do task.spawn function layer leaving layer, and then game bind to close when the server shutting down. Server shutdown. Boom, and that's the data. That's the data part. Nice. Looks pretty good. And also, yeah. The next step is that you're going to want to create your own UI. This is my UI. I put it all in an invisible frame. Like this. Made it invisible. Because I don't know why I do that, but it's just how I like to do it. There's the balls text box, the bet text box, invisible button, lock camera button, and spawn ball button, and the labels. And the balance, which is not inside of the Plinko screen. It's because sometimes when you step off and you don't want to play Plinko anymore, you could just turn this off, and then you could go on and do other things that you can do in your game. And I'll also be including this in the model. Also, you will notice that there is a local script inside of the Plinko frame under the UI. And here we will need to write the functions of getting the number of balls and the bet amount, and how to spawn the ball, and locking the camera, and enabling the visibility of the other players' balls, and also updating the balance as well. We'll start by referencing our services. We'll need the player service, and we'll also need the replicated storage to get our remotes, and also our objects, which is the ball. And player service is equal to game get service players, and the replicated storage is equal to game get service replicated storage. We'll also need to get the camera, or the lock camera feature, workspace.camera. We'll also need to reference the remotes in the replicated storage folder, which is replicated storage wait for child remotes. Wait for child waits for the remotes folder to load. If you're wondering why I'm using that. Just in case for those new scripters out there. And we also need to reference the player. Local player equals player service dot local player. This is a local script. And we also need to reference the bet text box and the balls text box, which is local bet text box equals script dot parent dot bet local ball text box equals script dot parent dot balls. And in those text boxes, we'll also want it to be impossible to type in letters because that could cause errors, which would cause the whole game to break. And we can do this by doing function script strip non-numbers, which is what I'm just going to call it. Bet text box dot text equals bet text box dot text G sub percentage D and yeah, let's just copy this, paste it for the ball text box. And we'll also do local function round number. I made a tutorial about this on how to round numbers in another video previously. We'll put the number here. Return math dot floor number, which is this number, times 100 plus 0.4 or 0.5 divided by 100. And we'll also need a closed Plinko, basically making this invisible, just basically just gonna be one line of code. Close Plinko, which is script dot parent dot visible equals false. And we'll start by saying that when the bet text box going get property change signal and it's the text, and we're going to connect this to our function of the strip non-numbers, and we need to do this for the ball text box as well. Oh no, why did I do that? There you go. We're also going to need a debounce for the spawning ball button so that the players can't spam it, you know. And we're going to get our spawn ball, which is this button, and we're going to connect the spawn ball thingy dot activate it and connecting it to a function, which means that it will run whatever we put in between these two lines. Every time it's activated or clicked, it'll run whatever code is in here. If debounce equals to false, then db equals true. Wait 0.5 db equals false. This makes it so that they can't spam it. And we're gonna need, what are we gonna need first? We're gonna need, how much did the player bet? Local bet equals to number bet text box dot text. Basically turns whatever the player typed inside of the box into a number. If there's no bet, if not bet, then debounce equals false. So it makes it able to do it, it allows the player to do another attempt. Return end. Local balls amount, we're going to need how much balls that the player wants, equals to number ball text box dot text. If balls amount, then let's check if there is balls amount. I'm going to do if balls amount is greater than 100, then balls amount is equal to 100. Because we don't want the player to like destroy the server, spawning 1,000,000 balls that are worth $1. Like that'd be ridiculous. And then the ball text box will also dot text equal 100, so that the player knows, you know. If bet times balls amount, we're gonna check if the player forwards it. That's what we're doing here. Player dot leaderstats. God damn it. Dot leaderstats dot cash dot value. Then dbounce equals false. Turn end. Basically, we'll check if the bet times the balls amount is greater than how much the player has, then it'll just reset it. It won't run any more code. It won't continue on. But if it's not, and the player actually can't afford it, then it's going to run this. We're going to do a for loop. 1, balls amount. Do. We're going to do game.replicate storage. Actually, no, we already have a remote for this. I was going to do, let's do the remotes. Dot spawn ball fire server. And we're going to fire in the bet. And we're going to do script dot parent spawn ball dot visible equals false. We don't want the player to be able to activate that button anymore. And then we're also going to make, after this, after it finishes the loop, it's going to keep playing this over. Oh my gosh, it's going to keep playing this over and over again until this is finished, and then it's going to run this. It's going to make get visible again. Dot visible equals true. If there is no balls amount, then what will we do? What the hell? Why does it keep giving me tips? I don't need your tips. I don't know what we'll do. Honestly, I think this is good. Alright? Yeah. Let's work on the lock camera feature now. Scripts.parent.lock camera .activated connect function. Let's check if the camera is scriptable. Camera type equals to enum camera type scriptable. Then we're going to do workspace current camera camera type equals enum camera type custom. And we're going to set the lock camera text to lock camera. But if it's not scriptable, then we're gonna set the camera to the thing. Camera type equals enum camera type scriptable. Camera cframe equals workspace Plinko cameras camera cframe. And what else? Oh yeah, we need to change the text. Lock camera text equals unlock camera. And now we need to do the balls visibility to other players. Local other players ball visibility. This is what I'll call my variable for right now. The default is false. Script.parent.invisible balls, which is this button right here. dot activated. Connect this to the function. And do other player's ball visibility equals not other player's ball visibility. If it's equal to false, then we're going to make it other player's balls invisible. First, we're going to set the text. Text equals other player's balls invisible. Then we're going to loop through all the balls, and we're going to see workspace Plinko balls on get children do. It's going to run this. It's going to get the attribute of each ball. Each ball has the attribute of the player, which is the owner of the ball, who created the ball. And if it doesn't equal to the player.name, the player's name, then its transparency will be 1, which makes it invisible. And then else if equal, other player ball visibility equals to true, then we'll make it visible. Parent invisible balls text equals other players balls visible. Then we're going to make another for loop. Workspace Plinko balls. You probably would have guessed this. Get children do if equal get attribute player, capitals matter, guys, don't want to make a typo error. Remember I spent all day one time trying to fix a simple bug, and it was actually just a typo. Then we'll make it transparency equals 0, which makes it visible. And what else? And if it's not here, the balls folder. Workspace.plinko.balls. Child added, connect function ball. We're going to call it a ball because the thing that's being added in this folder are balls. We're going to check if other player ball visibility equals to false, and ball on get attribute player doesn't equal to player.name, then ball.transparency equals 1, else ball.transparency equals 0. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of talking. Anyways, this will only set it to the current balls that exist, but this function right here, any new ball, if we didn't include this, any new ball would be visible, but if any new ball that appears, it'll set it to invisible or visible. And then, also whenever the player walks onto this board right here, it's a force field board, we'll want to, whenever it's activated, we'll receive a signal, and we'll want to turn it on. And for the opposite, close game, on client event, on connect. We made this function earlier, one of our first functions. It's called close Plinko. And for those, whenever it lights up, we'll also want to include this function, local function Plinko ball touches peg. Whenever it hits one of the pegs, when it drops down, peg, comma, hit. If hit dot transparency equals to 0, basically it's checking if it has this feature on. If it's equal to 0 and its hit dot name doesn't equal to parts, then peg dot material equals enum dot material dot neon. It's gonna wait a little bit and make it back to original material, which the original material was, what is the original material? Alright, dot plastic. I would do smooth plastic because I think that's what it is. And we're also gonna need this signal receiver thingy. The on client event, on connect, Plinko, ball touches peg. It's gonna run this every time we receive the signal. And what else do we need? Whenever the ball reaches the end, whenever it hits the multipliers, we're gonna call. We also need debounce for this too, as well. Local function, Plinko, ball touches multiplier block, comma hit. Local initial position. This is for the animation. Position equals multiplier block dot position. If hit dot transparency equals to 0, then local tween service equals game colon get service tween service. If debounce equals to false, then debounce equals to true. And where's the goal, the end position? Local goal equals the position equals initial position plus vector 3 dot new 0 comma negative 1.25. We'll want a small nudge for that cool animation. Why did I put a space? There's no spaces. You can't have a space in your freaking variable. Anyways, local tweening info equals tween info dot new. This one you could change to your own liking. I want mine to last 0.5 seconds. And I really like the linear animation. And I like the easing direction dot out. And I don't want it to repeat. Reverses? True, yes. We need it to reverse. Alright, that's good. Local tween equals tween service colon create multiplier block, comma, tweening info, comma, goal. Tween colon play. Wait point 1. Because that's how long the animation is. And debounce equals false. And oh yeah, we also want the sound to play. Plinko dot sounds dot money colon play. Oh yeah, and this is our malfunction, so we need this to the receiver thingy. The on client event colon connect Plinko ball touches multiplier. That's pretty good. Nice. Now it's time to go to the server side. One thing I forgot to add was updating the balance that I said I would do, updating this balance. And we could do this by, first we want to update as soon as the player joins. Let's get the balance, dot text equals balance, all caps, because that's how it looks like. And then dot dot, we're going to concatenate it, I think is the word that they call it. I don't know, but we're basically connecting it to one of our stats of the player, to a value, hash.value. And we're going to connect this again to another text with a $sign. And whenever their cache value updates, cache.changed, we're also going to connect it to a function, change, there we go. And local number equals round number. So why we had the round number in the first place. Round number player dot leaderstats dot cache dot value script dot parent dot balance dot text equals balance number connected again to a $sign. And this basically, you can add comments throughout using this double dash, and this basically updates balance amount. And if you want to take notes of what I'm saying, you can always just add a double dash thingy anywhere you want and add notes. Be like, here it prevents numbers from being, no, it prevents letters from being entered. Now it's time to work on the server side of the Plinko system. We're going to insert another script inside the server script service, and I'm going to call it Plinko. In the script, we're going to start, we always start with the usual, referencing our services. Replicate storage, which is equal to game get service. Replicate storage. Local players service is equal to game get service players service. And then we're also going to get a new service called debris. Game get service debris. And we're gonna reference our objects folder. Replicate storage. For child objects, and we're going to reference our remotes folder. Why am I forgetting the equals? For child remotes. And then we're this is the color of the peg. Local peg color equals brick color dot new. Now I choose this color. Local demounts equals false. And we're going to start by whenever the Plinko floor is touched, this floor right here, whenever that is touched, we're going to connect it to a function. Plinko floor dot touched connect function, and in this bracket we're going to put hit. If hit dot parent find for child humanoid, which basically means if it's a player, then if it's a player, okay, this is then local player equals player service get player gets player from character hit dot parent. And then we're going to do remotes dot activate Plinko game colon fire client, which basically makes the Plinko UI appear on the screen. Then workspace, and we're going to do the opposite for whenever the player stops touching it. And it's going to turn it off. Turn off the UI. You just copy this. And instead of activate Plinko game, we're going to do close game. Then we're going to do the spawn ball function. Whenever the player clicks this button right here, it sent, remember we sent a signal to the server? Well, whenever that server is hit, it's going to run this code. Bet and amount of balls. And then local power equals 15, because we want to randomize it now, because if you just drop the ball each time, it's gonna go in the same place every time. Local ball equals objects wait for child ball clone, and then local random push whole number equals math dot random negative power comma power. There might be a better way to randomize it, but this is how I did it in mine. And then the local random push decimal, make it even more random, equals math dot random negative 99 comma negative 99. Then we're going to do local random push equals random push whole number plus random push decimal divided by 100. So we get that decimal. And then let's do it for the x axis and the y axis. We'll copy this and then paste. And these y. And then if random push x equals to 0, then then random push x equals 0.1, because if it's equal to 0, it'll get stuck in the middle. It's very rare for it to happen, but it will happen eventually. And then we're going to set the parent of the ball to workspace.plinko.balls, which is this folder right here. And then we're going to set an attribute, ball set attribute, bet comma bet amount. Gosh, just bet, because that's this value right here. And then what else do we need? Bet amount. And then we're gonna ball set attribute the player who created the ball to the player dot name. And then ball dot position equals workspace.plinko drops.ball.position. And then we also need to add this to the debris. Debris colon add item ball comma 60. Or we can do 30 because it does not take that long. Just in case if the ball gets stuck somewhere. And then we're gonna wait ball dot assembly. And then your velocity equals vector3 dot new random push x comma random push y comma 0. We don't have a z value. And then we're going to use the use cache bindable event called invoke, so we can subtract the money from the player, comma negative bet amount, comma bet amount, comma Plinko. I don't know why I keep putting bet amount, it's just bet. I don't think we need that, no. Next, we're going to use, we're going to start a for loop for all the rewards whenever the ball reaches the end and hits one of the rewards, the multipliers. Before I comma v in pairs workspace.plinko dot rewards colon get children do v dot touched. Actually, I'll just call this. Actually, no, it's okay. I'll call it multiplier block. Multiplier block. Multiplier block dot touched colon connect function hit local initial position equals v equals multiplier block dot position. If hit colon get attribute ball equals to true, then local player val equals hit colon get attributes player. Get attribute player. Yeah. Then local player equals game dot players. Find first child player val. And the local bet amount equals game dot players. Find first child player val. Wait, no, this is the. Oh wait, what am I doing? No, the bet amount does not equal. My bet amount equals hit on get attribute bet, and then local multiplier equals multiplier block on get attribute multiplier, and the local total reward equals bet amount times the multiplier. And then we're gonna use the use cache bindable event colon invoke player comma total reward comma bed amounts. Yeah, that's good. And then what else? We're also going to destroy the block. Yeah, we destroy the block. Or destroy the ball whenever it hits the thing. And then we're going to do promotes.plinko multiplier dot touched. Plinko multiplier touch. On fire all clients. Multiplier block, comma hit. And that looks good. Yeah, multiplies the reward, bet amount. Yeah, that's right. That's right. For I, comma folder in pairs. This is for all the pegs. Whenever. So I'm trying to get all the pegs right now. And all the pegs are in folders. In pairs workspace dot plinko dot pegs get children do for I comma peg in pairs folder, each folder get children. Each folder all has parts in them, and they are the pegs. Do peg dot brick color equals peg color peg dot touched on connect function hit remotes dot plinko ball touch fire all clients. And we're going to send the peg, and we're going to send the hit. And if you want to change the elasticity, equals 0.4 or whatever you want. Local elasticity weight equals, like, yeah, you can do all these different things. And then I'm pretty sure it has, like, where's the custom physical properties? Yeah, you can set all that, and then alright, there you go. That seems good. I think we're ready to go. I think we finished the system. Now it's time to test it. It's time to test it, guys. Let me set this visibility to false. And we're ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. Hold on, what's going on? Get player from character. Hit top parent. Oh, places service. Oh, I had a typo. Oh, okay. Players. Oh, just players. What am I doing? I'm falling asleep here. Come on now. Oh my god. Called fire client player. Come on, you gotta put the player in here. Dude, I need to wake up, bro. I need a glass of water. Alright, now it should work. There we go. Ball amount 1. Lock camera feature. Oh, it does work. What are you talking about? Lock hammer is not about member of frame. Oh. How many freaking times? Dot text. Forgetting some things, man. Too young to be forgetful like this. Answer the balls amount. 1. Boom. See? This is awesome, guys. See what hard work and patience gets you? And then we're gonna do 100 balls. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, that's not how it's supposed to work, guys. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. Definitely add a weight here. Okay, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'll be back in a second. Alright, guys. I'm sorry, guys. So, basically, what I added is I made the weight longer instead of just 0.1. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to add. Just make the weight 0.5. But, and also, I think that's it. We're done. See, if I do 100 balls, drops them one at a time. Hold up, I think the balls are colliding with each other, so we need to fix that. And we can do this by first getting the collision groups editor, which is under the is it under the view? I don't know where it is. Okay, it's somewhere. And we're gonna add a group called balls. And we do not want balls to be able to collide with other balls. So we're gonna check this off. What is going on? Anyways, yeah, you're gonna try to check this off. For some reason, I can't check it, but remember to in the objects folder with your ball, make sure you change the collision group of this ball to the balls, which is this. And I'm really confused why I can't check it. But yeah, after you do that, the balls should stop colliding with each other. And then you have your very own Plinko game. Have a very own Plinko game. And you're gonna have like so much fun, you know? You can gamble anytime you want, whenever you want. This isn't just amazing. You can play with your friends and see what rewards and multipliers they get. Yeah, this is great. I noticed that the multiplier blocks are like moving in slow motion. I'm gonna change that. Let's go here, block. Yeah, let's not make it 0.5, let's make it 0.1. A lot faster. Should be quick and swift. 101, boom. There we go, that's a lot better. A lot smoother. Yeah. And it's because of the random push. Sometimes it reaches like the max. Or a really high number and then it slides off. You could reduce the random push to like 50 or 77. And it shouldn't fly across and give them free 100 multipliers. And there you go. That's your Plinko system. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that this took so long.